This is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Monday. This is the Woo Report, episode 233, titled NHL Network lists Jack Hughes at number 17 in top 20 centers. I'm your host, Sam Woo, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios at the Bunker, somewhere in beautiful New Jersey. As we're streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Hello, Eric Burns. How are you tonight? Hello, YouTube Live. Hello, everybody. So the list came out, especially during the time period where there's really no news going on in the NHL other than minor news. Lots of news going on at World Juniors. But the NHL Network, they do this every year. They put out the top 20 centers in the NHL, present day NHL. And Jack Hughes ranked number 17 on this list. And we're going to go over this list, see if you agree. Happy Devils Monday to you, Eugene Hewitt. Saying good evening, Sam, on the YouTube Live. Also, just want to give a big shout out to Eric Burns as well on Facebook Live. But let's go over this list. There's another Eric Quitchoff on the Facebook Live, LGD, checking in from Richmond, Virginia. Yeah, let's just do a location check. How about ASL ? Where are you from? How old are you? Are we even allowed to ask that anymore? ASL ? Anyway. Just a 90s cyber joke, I guess. So let's go over this list. Top 20 centers. The obvious one, ranked number 1 on the list. Can you guess? Connor McDavid, Edmonton Oilers. Number 2, surprise, surprise, Austin Matthews, Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh, he's a goal scorer. He did really well last season. And who ever thought a kid from Arizona ripping it up in Toronto? Number 3, Nathan MacKinnon, Colorado Avalanche. So far, I agree with this list. Number 4, Leon Draisaitl, Edmonton Oilers over Sidney Crosby, sitting at number 5. So Draisaitl at number 4, Crosby at number 5 for the Pittsburgh Penguins. I think Crosby, do you think he is ranked a little bit too high in today's NHL? Or do you think he is at number 5 right now at this stage of his career? Good question. Number 6, Alexander Barkov, Florida Panthers. Number 7, Steven Stamkos, Tampa Bay Lightning. Captain of the Tampa Bay Lightning, still number 7. Number 8, Patrice Bergeron, one of my favorite players, Boston Bruins. And here we go. Number 9, Sebastian Aho, Carolina Hurricanes, at number 9. Number 10, from the New York Rangers, Mika Zibanejad. Number 11, Braden Point, Tampa Bay Lightning. Happy Devils Monday to you, NJ Devil 1525. Going over the top 20 centers. on the NHL. Number 12, the trade rumors. JT Miller, Vancouver Canucks. Number 13, Lindholm from the Calgary Flames. Nazem Kadri at number 14. I believe he signed with the Islanders because it says on the list free agent. Number 15, Ryan O'Reilly, St. Louis Blues. Number 16, the surgically repaired neck of Jack Eichel, Vegas Golden Knights. And number 17, Jack Hughes, New Jersey Devils. 18, Evgeny Malkin, Pittsburgh Penguins. Peterson of the Vancouver Canucks. And Robert Thomas of the St. Louis Blues. Not on the list is Nico Hischier. But Jack Hughes at number 17, do you think that the people that evaluated this list at the NHL Network, do you think they undervalued Jack Hughes? Do you think he should be ranked higher? In my opinion, I think this ranking is pretty accurate, actually. Number 17 for Jack Hughes. It's not to say that Jack Hughes can't be a top 5 centerman. Matter of fact, I think one day he's going to challenge to get in the top 3. But I think it's fair because we've only seen a small sample size of Jack Hughes. His first season with the Devils, his rookie season, he just pretty much turned 18, was thrown to the Wolves, and then obviously the season got cut short of the NHL pause. Fast forward to his second season, sophomore season, he put on all that muscle and COVID hit, lost it all, struggled to get his game back after having a decent start, finished the season strong. Last season, when he was healthy, he was good. He was real good. Anytime that Jack Hughes takes a shot from the left circle, the puck's going in. 9 out of 10 times. Figuratively speaking, I know some of you analytics people would point to the numbers that I was wrong. Shifley Barzal not in the top 20. Interesting, says Zach Stevenson. Well, you know what? Just because you're not in the top 20 doesn't mean you're not a good player. But I think that Jack Hughes earned his way at number 17. I mean, Jack Hughes is a generational type player. I think Jack Hughes next season, if healthy, could get 100 points. His season was cut short, again, due to injury, out of abundance of precaution. You also had that freak injury against Seattle Kraken with his shoulder. Then he comes back, signs that big fat contract. But Jack Hughes, he improved quite a bit during last season. Remember, I used to call him Mr. Turnover because he kept on turnovering the puck, kept on giving it up. But then again, Jack Hughes, he knows how to pickpocket on the way back. But as soon as Hughes started to get his game going and he started to play smart hockey, cutting down those turnovers, he was a really, really great dynamic player. And we want to see our top player on the New Jersey Devils, Jack Hughes. We want to see him play a good two-way game. Connor McDavid, he lit it up during the playoffs. But still stopped short, the Edmonton Oilers. Zach Stevenson says, Sam, in your opinion, 5 years from now, could we have Hischier, Hughes, and Mercer in the top 20? That's going to be very difficult, my friend. Because in the future, there could be other players that are right now 16, 17, 18 years old, or even playing at World Juniors right now that can kind of take some of this list, make on this list. I'm surprised Sidney Crosby's still number 5. But then again, he's Sidney Crosby. Are they looking the whole body of work? But Sidney Crosby's a great player. This is not a knock on him. I figured he would be maybe in the 10 to 15 range. Even Steven Stamkos, again, elite player, but is he really at number 7? Good question. JT Miller at number 12, always in trade rumors. But would you take JT Miller on the New Jersey Devils? But to answer Zach's question on the YouTube Live, my opinion is this. I would like to see all 3 players, Hischier, Hughes, and Mercer, play a great two-way game where they're not a liability 5-on-5, that they have to score 60 goals just to kind of negate lack of defense. But I think Jack Hughes has improved quite a bit. I think Jack Hughes could be a 100-point player. I think Nico Hischier can be 80 to 100. Dawson Mercer, well, are you going to put him on the wings or are you going to have him at center? Centering the third line? Good question. The thing about Dawson Mercer is he's really a top 6 forward. Why would you put him on the third line? Good question. He's durable. He's fun to watch. Good teammate. Works well with Jack Hughes. Has a little pep to his step. I'm looking forward to Dawson Mercer and seeing how he does in his sophomore year. I'm sure you are too. But the Devils are stacked at center for a very long time. I like to see Nico Hischier be healthy throughout the entire year. I think he's a pretty good captain so far. And hopefully you may crack the top 20. We don't know. We really don't know. But interestingly enough, Peterson of the Vancouver Canucks has same draft class. Interesting, huh? Very interesting. Zachary, Zachary, with all the signings the Devils made, where do you think that they rank in the Metro Division? That's a very tough question. I think the Devils are going to compete for a last playoff spot. I think they're going to be relevant in the last week of the season. Very relevant. But I think they're going to fall short. I think what the Devils need to do is they need to minimize the collateral damage of some of these long losing streaks that they've had the last few years. And they would go on a slump and they would lose 9, 10 in a row. And it's very hard to catch up from that. It didn't help that there were a number of injuries, COVID-related issues. And, speaking of injuries, your goaltending was decimated to the point that you had to rely on a first-year player like Nico Dawes, who really was a true freshman coming in to try to save the day after Jonathan Bernier went out with injury, Mackenzie Blackwood, Mac Black going out with injury. You traded away Scott Wedgwood, who, by the way, had his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to Scott Wedgwood. Then it was a goalie carousel, even including an E-Bug, emergency backup goaltender. Now you all on YouTube Live wanting a scoring winger. Yep, we could use a scoring winger, but right now I think the team's okay at the moment. No need to make any blockbuster moves. That can be done before NHL trade deadline or free agent frenzy 2023, which has a great talent pool of free agents. But I think NHL Network got it right here. Jack Hughes at number 17 of the top 20 centers. I mean, it would be great if Jack Hughes will eventually get in the top 5 near Connor McDavid. Would he ever surpass Connor McDavid? I don't think so. But if he gets into the top 5, you know what that means. The Devils are doing well. And Jack Hughes has really worked his butt off to get where he's at. His brother Luke ripping up World Juniors, 6 points. Team USA is looking very good. Don't forget about Peter Hauser as well, also drafted by the New Jersey Devils, making his mark at World Juniors. But I think Jack Hughes, he will be a top 5 at some point in his career, or at least top 10. But to be at number 17 right now with a small sample size, a healthy Jack Hughes, he's going to put up numbers. He's going to put up those Johnny Gaudreau, Matthew Tkachuk type numbers. Joey says, I think Jack has the potential to be the best Devil ever. Oh, yeah. And I think he has a good chance of having number 86 retired one day. I like the contract that he has signed. 8 years, long term, $8 million, setting the standard for other players. You don't want to make any higher than Jack Hughes unless you're a prize free agent. Ramona Rice says, let's go Devils. She's bar hopping social media again, looking at the Facebook Live. We love all the downloads, folks. On your morning and afternoon commute, still talking Devils hockey during the heart of the off season. It's August 15th, Monday night, talking Devils hockey. That's what we do here at the Let's Go Devils podcast. Lots of good things happening for the upcoming season as the podcast is growing, leaps and bounds. But I want to thank all those listening in, watching, as we talk about Jack Hughes at number 17. Watch out for Team USA at World Juniors. I think they're a fun team to watch. Been watching a little bit of Logan Cooley, one of my favorite players in the tournament. But Luke Hughes. Now we know why Jack Hughes was so happy to have his brother drafted by Tom Fitzgerald, 4th overall, 2021 NHL entry draft. Also, Quinn, do you want to come play with your brothers one day? He's a good player, plays defense, but Devils are loaded on defense with youth, the youth movement. Well, folks, thank you very much for tuning in. It's a little bit shorter Woo Report, but that's okay. We have one tomorrow. But thank you. Just remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. YouTube.com channel Let's Go Devils. Put in the search engine Let's Go Devils Podcast on YouTube.com. Facebook at Let's Go Devils Podcast. Twitter at Let's Go Devils Pod. We're not doing the Twitter space just yet. Still trying to figure out the tech. It's hard to push buttons on live air, getting people on. Cindy says, I don't think Jack Hughes has held up to his contract. I think Brad has performed well. Yes, he improved, but not enough. I really think they will make the playoff this year. They have the talent. There's no excuse this year. No excuse except for injuries. If they don't make it, this happens. It may not happen, but let's go Devils. You know what, Cindy? I agree, but I disagree. But good comment, though. Good points. Good teams, or I should say great teams, figure out a way, even though you have the injuries as well. But we have one thing going for the New Jersey Devils. You know what that is? Tom Fitzgerald has spent to the cap. So let's see what the spending Devils do this season. Let's see what Vitek Vanacek can do in net or spur competition with Mackenzie Blackwood. Let's see what Ryan Graves and Damon Severson do on a contract year where they're going to be a UFA on July 1st. Siegenthaler, locked up long-term, decent contract. John Marino, in the trade for Ty Smith, we love defense. Dougie Hamilton comes back to be the all-star that he is. Simon Nemec could have a good rookie year. And don't forget, Hoytuk, laying people out, being the beast that he is, punching people, hitting people, clearing out the no-fun zone. I love talking about defense. I love defense. I mean, after all, the Devils are spelled D-E, just like defense. The music ran out because I kept on going. Let's play it again. I'm on a roll right now. Devils starts with D-E. Defense starts with D-E. That should be the identity of the team. This team needs to build that identity. You've got Palat. He can show you the winning ways. What he learned in Tampa, he could be a leader on the team. He better, because you're paying him over $6 million. Dawson Mercer has a great year. Same with Nico Hischier and Jack Hughes. If they can stay healthy, Jesper Bratt, I would say that's very well a contract year. Show me the money. Show me the goals, Jesper. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the Woo Report. Till next time, let's go Devils.